نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Inshallah, we will continue the etiquettes and rules regarding the Quran. If you want to become the beloved of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then create a connection with the Quran. Try to read a few verses every day. It is mentioned in hadith that for every letter of the Quran you get 10 virtues. Meaning if you read Alif Lam Mim, you get 30 virtues. This proves that if you read the Quran without understanding, you will still be rewarded. Because no one knows the meaning of Alif Lam Mim. Now imagine how much reward we can achieve by reciting only Surah Fatiha. Never mind Surah Fatiha. Alhamdu, Alif, Lam, Ha, Mim, Dal. That's 5 letters. That's 50 virtues by just reciting Alhamdu. My dear brothers, it's so easy to achieve reward. But unfortunately, we have time for newspapers, gossip, and browsing on filthy websites, but we cannot sacrifice our time for the Quran. Think how much sacrifice the Prophet ﷺ gave for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The Prophet ﷺ was troubled so much that eventually he had to migrate to Medina. When leaving, he looked at the Kaaba for the last time, started to cry and said, O Kaaba, you are the most blessed land on earth. I would never leave you, but my people have left me no choice. My people have left me no choice. That is the reason why I am leaving you. Otherwise, O Kaaba, I would never leave you. Imagine how the Prophet ﷺ must have felt at that time. This also proves that for the sake of Islam, if we have to leave the most blessed land, then we should do so. Anyway, back to the etiquettes of the Quran. Let me give you an example of what Quran is. We all respect Baytullah, the Kaaba, but actually we should be respecting Kalamullah, meaning the Quran, even more. Why? Because before Qiyamah the Kaaba will be destroyed, but the words of the Quran will never be destroyed. They will be lifted up to the skies. So from this we should understand how much we should be respecting the Quran. So do not jump over the Quran or lift your feet higher than the Quran. Do not lean on the Quran or place anything on the Quran. In the house, place the Quran on the highest shelf possible. When placing it on the bench, don't slam it, but place it gently. Never place the Quran on the floor. Meaning, the Quran is more valuable than gold. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us realize the value of the Quran. Remember, without the Quran we can never be successful. It is mentioned that the signs of Qiyamah are zina, adultery will be common, wine will be common, ignorance, jahalat will prevail, and ilm, knowledge will decrease. And we can see today all these things are apparent. My dear listeners, remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when young and healthy, so that when we get old, we can become the beloved of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is mentioned that when a person reaches 40, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes his reckoning easy. When he reaches 70, All the ones in the sky love him. When he reaches 80, all his sins are forgiven. And at 90, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives him the honor to intercede for his family. See how merciful Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shower us with His mercy. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.